good, y'all? It's the Demouchets React, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. So excited about this video. If you're new to us
and we're new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell
because we're on the road to 200K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, all right? Join the family without further ado. Let's get into the video.
Let's get it.
Of the Americans going online and saying, Europe, Europe, Europe. We know. Well, I don't know. I know. I think most of us know. I think most Americans know that Europe is a continent, okay? Most of us know that. When you see an American online talking about their European summer, darling, when we hear the word Europe alone, just the word Europe, oh, it is the bougiest flex on the people in our country. I'm telling you, I'm not defending any of it. I'm just trying to offer a layer of perspective.
What if I told you that most Americans visiting Europe walk away shocked, not by ancient castles or cobblestone streets, but by the ice cubes, or rather, the lack of them. From smaller meals and slower dinners to tipping confusion and outlet meltdowns, Europe feels like a different world to a lot of Americans. Today, we're breaking down 7 major culture shocks Americans face when visiting Europe. And by the end, I'm asking you, is it culture shock or perspective shock? Let's dive in.
The coffee in England is actually pretty good. Like, it's really good. The problem is it's in children-sized cups. Why? I want to enjoy and sip on my coffee, not sip this in 2 sips and it's gone. And it was expensive. It's freaking £6.
The first thing Americans notice throughout Europe, the food looks smaller. Where's the mountain of fries, the bucket of soda, the value meal the size of your forearm? Portions abroad are meant to satisfy, not sedate. Meals are smaller, balanced, and not always drowning in cheese or sauces. But here's the kicker. Europeans don't leave hungry. They leave content. Meanwhile, in the US, we've normalized 1,500 calorie snacks and call it convenience. It's not that the food is tiny, it's that America supersized everything and never looked back.
See, I've never sat back and said, let me count my calories. I eat till I'm content. Like, we eat as we go because that's about all we can do. I don't know people who do that. If you do eat for your calories, how that's going for you?
See, no.
I
got a butt
What you got? What you got?
I got a butt in
that.
because Dion is one of those Americans where he can eat whatever he wants. He can go and eat a peanut butter sandwich with some ice cream, Coke, and go to sleep and will not gain a pound. Okay, so yeah, that's I got him for y'all.
I move a lot, y'all. I actually
They
move
walk a lot. And they still don't eat like that.
I have a fast metabolism.
You do.
So I move a lot. It's like I have to. It's like it's wired to do that. My metabolism, pushes me to do. So I can't eat a lot. It's a flex. It's nothing to worry about. But for everybody
People
else,
be counting calories.
they count calories. How y'all?
I don't count calories. I just do portion control.
So how that's going for you? You will be perfect for these little items here.
No, because I was the one complaining when we was abroad too. Because, baby, listen.
No.
The chicken was tiny.
I got y'all.
The chicken was
I got
tiny.
y'all talking about for the South Africans. It's because it was good. That's why.
What you mean?
That's why you kept going.
It was good, but I had to order more food.
Because it was good. No, because it was good. That's why you was ordering more.
Okay. Yeah, it was good. It really was. But the chicken was tiny. And, and I was like, oh, I understand what y'all be saying about how food looks scary to y'all. I understand now.
Yeah, I was shocked when I came back. I've seen the size difference.
So are Americans obsessed with value or just addicted to quantity over quality?
Alright, quick question for Europeans. What's your beef with iced coffee? Why can't I find a cold brew anywhere? How come when I ask for you to put ice in my coffee, you look at me like I'm covered in vomit? Or you put 1 ice cube in there? There are 3 ice cubes in this.
Oh, wow.
As far as I'm concerned, this is a hot coffee.
Wow.
Nothing confuses Americans more than ordering a Coke in Europe and getting barely 3 sad ice cubes. In the US, we want drinks practically frozen solid. In Europe, ice is almost offensive. There's logic behind it. Some Europeans believe ice waters down flavor, and they don't want to pay for frozen water instead of drink. But for Americans, a warm Coke feels downright criminal. Getting iced coffee in Europe is basically a scavenger hunt. Most cafes just don't serve drinks over ice, so your usual iced latte might not exist. When you ask, you often get a confused look or a tiny splash of milk in a glass at room temperature. For Americans used to ice-cold caffeine on demand, it can feel like a full-on morning crisis. Could you survive a European summer without your daily iced coffee fix? Or is that a non-negotiable? This isn't just about ice, it's about mindset. America loves fast and cold, Europe prefers slow and intentional. Is the obsession with ice about comfort or just another American habit we can't shake?
Well, let's just say this. I think what's cool, an experience that you can have, is to just, kind of wire yourself to not need it anymore before you actually take that trip. Because sometimes people go out there with the expectation of what it is in America to be in another location, and then you get angry at the service. But what if you did your research and you're like, okay, let me just stop using ice for like 2 weeks to see how my mindset changed.
Right, ice isn't really a big thing for me. As long as there's a refrigerator and I can get a cold drink, I'm cool. And also, I don't really like ice from restaurants and places like that because they don't be cleaning their ice machine.
That is hard, man. That is true. That is true. That's sad.
Difference between Americans and Italians when it comes to food is that Americans do not slow down and Americans basically don't stop moving. I mean, perfect examples are that we constantly walk around with like a gallon of water. Our Starbucks coffee is constantly with us. This is stuff you never see in Italy. But even food in general, like we eat anywhere. Like you see people eating in their car, you see people eating at their desk at work, you see people literally eating as they're walking down the street, you see people pulling snacks out of their purse. This is stuff that you see way less when you're walking the streets in Italy. Let me give you a funny example that I didn't even realize this until my husband told me. He's never went to Starbucks and put the lid on his coffee. First of all, he's usually ordering an espresso, but sometimes he will just order a small coffee. He never puts that lid on it. He's never even drank out of it before because he doesn't move with his coffee. Italians either stand there and have their espresso or sit down and have their espresso, but they're never like on the go. You definitely get the vibe in Italy that eating is a relaxing thing, drinking is a relaxing thing, a time to socialize, sit down. And in America, for most of the day, most people are like just trying to get some food in. The only food that I really commonly see Italians walking around with would be a gelato after dinner during their after dinner stroll.
And let me give y'all a culture shock here in America. I don't know if y'all do this, but for our lunch, we have to clock out.
Yeah.
We have to clock out 15 to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Just to eat. Like, we can't get paid to eat.
I wouldn't be surprised if they put in the comment section that what?
Nah, I just thought about that. I heard a gentleman say, I'm not clocking out for my lunch.
Yeah.
I saved that before. I'm not doing this. Like, it don't make sense. I'm coming right back.
Yeah, but you're jeopardizing your job from...
Yeah, I understand.
Because you're stealing hours.
Oh my God, I'm a thief. Wow.
No, you're not.
I'm not.
Where's that power?
Food, if you want to do it like an Italian, just slow down and stop moving, unless it's a leisurely stroll.
In America, you sit, order, eat, pay, leave. In Europe, you sit, talk, linger, enjoy. Dining in Europe isn't a transaction. It's an experience. Waiters don't rush you out because turning tables fast isn't the goal. And here's what really blows Americans' minds. You have to ask for the check. It's not just slapped down after 10 minutes. Because to Europeans, that's rude. But Americans, we get anxious. Where's the waiter? Why is no one ringing the bill? That's not bad service. That's time to make memories. Would you rather have fast, efficient service or slower social meals?
Tipping culture in America versus Europe is so crazy and so different. Tipping in the US is basically required. The percent is rising every single time I go out. Like, it's actually crazy that I usually would leave 20% tip if they're good and like 15% if they're not so good. I have been seeing 25 starting, 30, 35. 35%! Half the restaurants we have eaten at, when you pay with your credit card, it doesn't even give you an option to leave a tip on the card. If you want to leave a tip, you can leave cash on the table, but it's usually not mandatory or required. It's like, hey, thank you so much. This was awesome. In Europe, they don't really expect it. It's just really, really nice to do.
Let's explore a cultural curveball that trips up almost every American. Tipping. In America, you have to tip or you're basically a villain. 15%, 20%, 25%. The math gets worse every year. In Europe, it's optional, a polite gesture, sometimes even refused. That's because servers are typically paid real wages.
One nice thing about being American traveling in Paris is that you could go to a restaurant, and because there's no tipping culture here, you could give like a dog shit tip, like 10%, and they act like you just bought them a Tesla. I gave a waiter this like €3 tip. He acted like I saved his family from a burning building. He was like, oh, merci.
Tipping isn't a survival mechanism, it's a small thank you. When Americans try to tip 20%, some locals think it's strange or assume we're showing off. Should the US keep or get rid of tipping culture entirely? Drop your take. This one's gonna start a fight in the comments.
Look at everybody staring.
Oh, it's okay. Oh,
No,
look
look at all them. Look at all them.
They're not. They're all staring.
You should drive through that tunnel right there.
What? Drive through the tunnel? Go back the way you came.
Yeah, go back the way
So
you
that's when
came.
you can start over.
Yeah,
You
careful,
said-
careful, careful.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh my Lord.
Well, I can't get through there. Yeah. Let's go. Well, I could.
I feel like driving on the road too because it don't feel like you're on the road.
They're supposed to drive
right
right
there.
here.
Nah, low key, don't feel like you on the road. Feel like you driving in a crowd of people because everyone is always on foot.
Chelsea, that's why when we travel, I just want to almost be like a local as I can be. Nope, I don't know y'all roads. I don't know y'all cars. I don't know the driving laws there. Just because I know how to drive don't mean that I'm gonna be able to drive on your roads. Y'all got it.
Roads are typically wide and built for comfort. Straight, spacious lanes, massive parking lots. European roads, on the other hand, can be another story. Narrow streets and cars that look like toys, parked by small curbs. Parallel parking on a street with barely enough room for a bicycle, that's basically a European rite of passage. Traffic rules can be confusing too. Different signs, different speed limits, tolls, and more. But Europeans argue all of this makes them better drivers. More precise, patient, and aware. Who do you think are better drivers? Americans or Europeans? And while you're at it, what's the wildest driving experience you've ever had abroad?
We're gonna try Brooke's shark hair tool in the European outlet. We heard that it blows up or whatever, the voltage is different, so we're gonna see if it works. We're gonna try here. So, okay, we'll try. Oh, it works. It works? Yeah.
For now.
Fire up. Maybe it's a myth.
For now.
Or maybe it's because the hotel has different voltage. We'd probably blow up our place for sure. Our house would blow up. Oh yeah, look at that.
Every American in Europe has had that same meltdown moment. You pull out your phone charger and it doesn't fit. Welcome to the world of different outlets. Most of Europe uses 220 volts instead of 110, different shape, different size, different system, and every time Americans think, why can't the world just pick one? But Europeans argue they picked first. The US just never changed. It's one of those perfect metaphors. America built its own system, refused to adapt, and now acts confused when the rest of the world doesn't match. Should the world agree on one universal outlet or keep their national systems?
Pause.
Did nobody warn me that there's no?
Now, I do want to comment that I do like the on and off switches that they have on the outlets. That would save us so much money here.
Right.
Like, that's something that we do need to implement here. But yeah, the outlet situation.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of it. I mean, I got used to it, but my things that I was using, for instance, my clippers, it was high voltage. They didn't last.
Yeah, we're just gonna bring cordless things
No,
abroad.
that's what you have to do. You gotta bring cordless, or you gotta purchase one that has that outlet.
Right there.
Yeah.
And then, but when you take it home, you're not gonna be using it.
Store it for later.
Right.
Because we'll be taking another trip.
AC in Europe. Like, I feel like I'm baking on a daily basis. I feel like I'm about to be a heat casualty out here.
And finally, the deal breaker for many Americans, no air conditioning. Europeans will open a window, use a fan, and call
That
it a
ain't
day,
enough for me.
while Americans melt into puddles wondering how anyone survives summer without central AC.
No air conditioning in the stores. No air conditioning in your home. Okay, no air conditioning in the bus is a
Oh no.
I can't understand why it is this way in Lucerne. I am melting.
But here's the thing. Buildings are older and constructed with thick walls designed to naturally regulate temperature. Energy costs are higher, and there's more concern about sustainability. Meanwhile, Americans crank AC year-round and freeze themselves in July. So when Europeans visit the US, they're the ones shivering. Be honest, could you survive an entire Euro summer without AC?
No.
So, after all this, who's really strange? Europeans with smaller meals, slower dinners, and no tipping? Or Americans who need everything bigger, colder, faster, and more convenient? Maybe neither. Maybe it's just two versions of comfort. One built on...
Oh, yeah, we're gonna step her that, man. Y'all know what to do. Go check her out. Yeah. Them no AC things will be a problem. I need a fan. I gotta have some. I would just go purchase us a fan.
Yeah, that's a non-negotiable for me.
Need that.
I need the AC central. Okay, y'all don't do like the window AC units. Y'all don't do that, because I know in New Orleans, like, we've always had those in our window, because the houses that we lived in were older houses.
Right. So y'all just sitting around waiting for a breeze.
Can't do it. We're gonna visit y'all when it's cool. I'd rather have a coat on.
Right. Adjust.
Yes. All right, y'all. We hope you guys enjoy this video with us. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Peace.